Take it away.
Guys, Joel,
he is tremendous size and skill to match, GA. Thanks. Well, we got plenty of youth on both sides. Clark, what's it like to be part of an up-and-coming team in this league?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a mixed bag. I think it's both very exciting and on occasion extremely frustrating because you don't know what you don't know, and the lack of experience sometimes is more prevalent with young teams than more experienced ones. So watching both of these teams develop over time is really going to be fun to see how their journey plays out.
These coaches will need a lot of patience, though, and the veterans on the team, too.
Exactly, both ways. You're right.
So the net starting five. Russell and Crabb are in the backcourt together. LeVert out there with Harris, and it's Allen in at the center position. Russell against Simmons. Russell with it. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
It was very close, and I wouldn't mind letting them play on that one. It wasn't blatant by any means.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Hangs in the air. Allen with the rebound.
And, you know, the defense was probably in the C-plus range there. I mean, I'm sure he feels like that's one he should have made, that layup.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And a deep three from Redick. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Simply missed a connection there. I mean, I like the unselfishness. Admirable, but just not the result.
And one thing, Clark, about the Nets, they've shown in the last couple of years that they are willing to take a risk on players.
And in many cases, it's worked out for them, Kevin. They traded for D'Angelo Russell when his value was rather low. So taking a risk on players who hadn't worked out for other teams has paid dividends. And I'd throw DeMarre Carroll in that category as well for them.
They double him with Butler. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Russell passes to Crabb. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Crabb's got 5.
You never pass for the sake of passing. Wait until the defense commits. Russell does that, finds the open man nicely.
Simmons finds Redick. Right side, Butler. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Well, you don't want to leave guys unattended, not around the guy like Butler, who's pretty good at finding the open guy.
Here's Russell. Simmons pulls it in. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. There's the feed to Embiid. Excellent D there from Allen. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Pass to Embiid. The shot that time, not on target. Excellent D there from Allen. A nice shot by LeVert.
LeVert is always aggressive. I like that mindset of his, especially in how he drives to the rim playing downhill. Goes there with a lot of speed.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
You know, Caris LeVert came into the league as a scoring wing, but has changed into a playmaker. I mean, he developed into a primary ball handler out of necessity, and it's a role he's thrived in. He attacks the defense and can finish at the rim himself or find teammates.
Marjanovic checked in for the 76ers. T.J. McConnell comes in for J.J. Redick. 76ers trailing. Here's Simmons. And Allen with the block. Here's Russell. Lays it up and banks it in.
Like a ninja is Russell. Sliding inside for the deuce. Eel-like, slippery, smooth, productive.
Harris outside. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Second chance shot. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
You know, I think Butler had a pretty good mid-range game coming in. You know, he was drafted 30th back in 2011.
Russell kicks to Crabbe. Back to Russell. The 3. And the 3 ball is good. Russell's got 5. This tug-of-war game continues.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. Taking 2 shots. And he makes the first. So he gets them both. Just 4 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Dinwiddie. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. It's all tied in Philadelphia. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Tough-nosed Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise player.
Call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call it.
And that's what he works for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line. Taking
full advantage of playing at home, and the fans have really helped them here.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Davis. Jamari Carroll is out there with Caruth, and it's Graham in at the 2 guard. Davis, the pass to Caruth. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Jimmy Butler. As we take a look at the power forward position, Clark, one you know very well, who are some of the more underrated guys at that power forward spot?
Wow, underrated. You always run into some interesting names when you think about underrated. You know, I think a guy that perhaps has finally found himself with the talent that he came into the league with is James Johnson down in Miami. He does a little bit of everything, had one of his best seasons this past year. And Taj Gibson, I think, is undervalued for what he brings in toughness, shooting, and defense.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached the Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A., thanks. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Mike Scott comes in for Harris. Ennis, he's checked in for Butler. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Ben Simmons. The drive by Scott, and the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. the three. And it's Russell with the rebound. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Trailing by 2.
Well, guys, when you talk about some of the great turnarounds for a franchise in NBA history, the process for the 76ers has paid dividends. They went from 10 wins in 2016 to 52 wins last year.
Scott can't get it to go. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's LeVert. And that one, good. LeVert's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And the steps, Clark, the 76ers have taken. It's only the beginning.
Yeah, this is really the ideal situation to have if you're the Sixers. I mean, this team's built to last and still has good draft assets and flexible cap space. I mean, come on. That's an abundance of riches there.
Last season, a huge step in the role for Alan Crabb as he was given a larger piece of the pie on offense.
Yeah, you know, he saw his first season, Kevin, as a consistent starter, and oftentimes that's a boon for a young player. He had career highs in shot attempts from the floor and from behind the arc, and as you might expect, consistency was a bit of a challenge with the increased role, but I think it's something that Crabb will relish and embrace and do well in due time.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Yeah, I like the quick release, Greg. He does a nice job getting it up quickly, especially when he's facing a bigger defender. Boy, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
And stolen by McConnell. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Embiid, and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And the foul goes against Brooklyn.
And, you know, once Embiid puts it on the deck, he's hard to stop, which is why the defense ends up fouling.
The 76ers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
The first one falls. And there's so much speculation early in Embiid's career if he would even pan out. It's become clear, Clark, that he was worth the wait.
Well, it was all injury related in terms of the questions because he sat out his first 2 years in the league with some type of injury. Those injury concerns, really the only reason that people question him, the talent, the size, and you love his personality as well, but this guy has tremendous skills, and he's going to be an all-star for years to come if he's healthy.
And the wide open shot from Redick. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Here's Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 8 points for Joel Embiid.
Really likes Seeing Embiid exert his will, be assertive here. I mean, getting whatever shot he wants inside.
Russell passes to LeVert. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Well, I like the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Here's Simmons. It's good. Simmons got the lead up to 3 now for the 76ers.
Excellent precision and focus from Simmons. Feeling nobody can guard him down on the block, and he's right most of the time.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Russell from long range. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Outside Butler. To the middle. It's stolen by Allen. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Russell from long range. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
Simmons is very skilled on defense. He just knows where to be and how to guard whoever he's on. Versatile is part of his defensive skill set, too.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. And
the beautiful skyline of downtown Philadelphia, all lit up, dressed up, and ready to go. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Joel Embiid with a strong contribution in this one.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Yeah, he squatted on that paint area and owned it, perfectly using his size and that soft touch inside. That's a heck of a combination, strength, size, and soft touch. Nice.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the 76ers. Simmons runs the show with Redick at the 2. Harris is out there with Joel Embiid, and it's Butler in at the small forward position. You had a terrific amateur career. You made NBA all-rookie first team. Can't exactly call you a late bloomer at all. You were really thriving.
Yeah, I had a lot of great people around me, Kevin, from the time I started playing in middle school to high school, college, the pros. Actually was fortunate Herb Williams, a teammate of mine in college at Ohio State, was also with the Pacers when I got there. So that helped my transition immensely to have a friend, veteran guy in the league. He had been there a year before me, break me in, and then I had an opportunity to play a lot and show what I could do, but I attribute it to good fortune, favor, and a lot of good people.
For the lead, and Russell gets it to go on the assist by Allen. 10 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, these teams evenly matched, Greg, trading hits and refusing to give up any advantage.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. Clock at 6. Yep, it counts. Simmons got his second bucket of the game to go.
It really is a thing of beauty watching Simmons in screen and roll situations. I mean, he's a manipulative master when it comes to tearing apart the defense. You know, after being in the cellar for a few years, the Brooklyn Nets have started to turn things around here. I mean, good young core to build around and add to, and I think things are starting to look up in every department.
And that one misses. And Clark, the Nets during this turnaround, they've done a good job of positioning themselves.
Yeah, you can look at a number of things. One, taking on vets with bad contracts to accumulate assets. Two, went from lacking picks in the draft to having a lot of options. Those things, when you combine them, help you speed up the process of getting better.
The Nets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And LeVert, the Ohio native, has a ton of potential, folks. A tall, lanky shooting guard with really good playmaking ability.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And, you know, when you watch Embiid, he just oozes with limitless potential. You think about his size and his shooting touch. He can do just about anything he wants to. Tremendous athleticism. If he can stay healthy, I think he can be a dominant player in this league for years to come.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Marjanovic checked in for Embiid. Ennis comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's T.J. McConnell in for J.J. Redick. Ben Simmons has got the ball here for Philadelphia. A 2-point game. And Embiid already voted in as an all-star starter for the East. In his second full season, he has hit the ground running.
Yeah, and you talk about him creeping towards 25 and 11 averages at his age. That's just otherworldly. I mean, when he hits his prime, again, contingent upon his health, this guy is going to be an absolute load.
Ben Simmons, such a force when catching the ball, moving at the rim. But you know, Clark, he can get there on his own just as well.
Yeah, he's got a great knack for being able to get where he wants to with the ball. His size and strength and agility certainly help him. And he understands angle. This guy is just a jump shot away from being virtually unguardable, in my opinion.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Now here's Ennis. Defense right on him. Just 3 to shoot. Shoots over Carroll. Another miss by Philadelphia. The Nets with the lead. 1:11 left here in the third quarter. And the basket by Caruth.
I don't think they have anybody to blame but themselves there. I mean, that's just inexcusable to let a guy get this deep inside.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
There's a minute left to play here in the third. Dinwiddie kicks to Graham, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Graham's got the lead up to 3 now for Brooklyn.
Hey, Spencer Dinwiddie is a really good passer at the point guard position, and he knows that's critical to developing chemistry with his teammates. You know, when you watch Ben Simmons, he has marvelous talent and all-around ability, but sometimes you can easily focus on what he can't do. He's not a great shooter, so teams do back off of him, but still, this guy is an impact player because he sees the floor, he passes it great, he's a terrific rebounder, and he's got a nice motor.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Embiid, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Jimmy Butler comes in for Ennis, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Redick is in the corner. Beyond the arc. Good on the three-point shot. Redick's got the game tied up here for the 76ers.
This is why you must play up on Redick because he's terrific at shooting off the pass. Boy, you can see the connection these guys have. They ran the play well. The defense had no idea how to deal with it.
If they increase the tempo, they got a chance at a 2-for-1.
Execution paramount. Speed it up and put the defense on their heels if you can.
Down low, Carroll feeds it to Davis. 2 points, that one goes. Now it's a 4-point Nets lead.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
The drive by Redick. Great D that time from Davis.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And so it's Brooklyn heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. Back right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Damari Carroll out there. Davis is out there with Caruth, and it's Graham in at the shooting guard position. And Philadelphia calls time here.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed hammered, pulverized in the post.
And the 76ers with some changes. Marjanovic comes in for Joel Embiid, and Mike Scott subbed in for Harris. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He said, guys, we have got to get back in transition, run on the court and score in our early offense, and that will help our transition defense. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, Kevin.
They get the rebound. Here's LeVert. Tries again. Does not score for only the second time in 7 shots this game. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nets?
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
He's perfect from the line this time. Nets leading by 5. To the inside and stolen by McConnell. It's Butler that time on the assist by McConnell. And that's now 6 points for Butler.
Really hard to stay with Jimmy Butler because he's so good at getting shots up and in past the defense. Just has a real knack for scoring even when challenged.
Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Yep, it counts. Butler's got 4 this quarter.
He's a capable and determined scorer in the painted area. Butler doesn't waste too many of these chances.
Russell with a wide open look. And that one's on target from the wing.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
They now take the lead. And 11 points for J.J. Redick.
Just a hard-fought battle, and neither team able to create any distance.
Yeah, keeping things interesting, and that's how we like it as broadcasters. I mean, you feel that one of these teams, though, is going to go on a run quite soon.
Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they've got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Marjanovic kicks to McConnell. Shot clock at 6. The 76ers need to get off a shot over Russell. The shot by Redick, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the 4th quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now.
Well, he never seems to get rattled. He's got a very calm, steady demeanor about himself. D'Angelo making it look easy.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan Player of the Game.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Marjanovic. Harris comes in for Scott, and it's Ben Simmons in for T.J. McConnell. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Russell against Simmons. Russell finds Harris. And it's off from 3-point range. Butler passes to Simmons. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 9 points for Ben Simmons.
Tell you what, if you're pulling for Ben Simmons, it's great whenever he takes over a possession like that. Killer instinct for sure.
Good. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Philadelphia.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
And guys, the thing that jumped out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
And here's Harris from the arc. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing them deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
They double him with Russell to the middle. Stolen away.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy two if the defense wasn't there.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
Here's Reddick. Here's Embiid. Counts.
And you know Embiid wants the ball in these situations. He wants that shot. He wants to come through for his team.
A three-pointer would be huge right now.
Boy, a chance to tie it up with the game on the line. This is what we live for. I want to see what happens right here.
"16 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so here is Philadelphia. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's curtains for them. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
Russell, good.
Oh, wow, talk about saving something for the end. D'Angelo getting it done. You the man.
Stolen by Allen. It's good. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
Hey, you can sink these with your eyes closed or blindfolded. So close, so deep inside. Great bucket.
And that's an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Boy, Reddick has some of the most admirable traits you want to see in any basketball player. His professionalism and work ethic have made him the player he is today.
And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 2. And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. Guys, your thoughts?
And the only chance here is a lob at the front of the rim. A tip in to tie the game. There's not enough time to get a catch and shoot.
So it's the 70s.